Oh, hi. What? Hello, welcome. I got scared doing my intro for a second there. Welcome to No Haircut in a very long time, so I look like a pineapple. Sponsored by this fella right here, which is also sponsored by Karma. You eat one piece of coffee cake and you regret it for the rest of your life. And it just so happens that the karmaic gods said to me from above, they said, Kaz, in order to relieve your debt to us, you must review Defined Beard Co. today, and that is exactly what I'm going to do with the boys, with the beard trend reviewers. We're all doing it together. Go down in the description there. You'll get all the information you need to know about us. And if you want to get some great discount codes and giveaways with Defined Beard Co., just come on down to the live stream, which is going to happen today at 8 p.m. on this here channel. So Defined Beard Co. is a company from Buda, Texas. A really, really interesting company. One I like a lot, and I'm going to tell you a whole bunch about it right now. I'm going to be reviewing 2 scents from their company in this review, both in the butter and the oil. The first one being the Psychobilly Quiff, and then the second one being the distinguished Caballero or Caballero. Not entirely sure. Absolutely love the branding on this. Very, very Texas, very classic. This is the kind of stuff I really, really like to look at. This is the kind of stuff I like to have on my beard shelf. You know, when you have a great product but the branding looks bad, I just don't put it on my shelf because then it just stinks it all up. No stinky labels, guys. Get your branding on point. I love this. So good. So I'm going to start with the Psychobilly Quiff. The Psychobilly Quiff is a scent that I've been using a lot. I've only had it for a month in my possession, and as you can see, I've used quite a bit. Okay, I have to cover my eyes. As you see, I have used quite a bit of it. It has a nice little restrictor top here, and you're probably wondering, what kind of scent is this? Well, this is kind of a cologne scent. This is what you would call a barbershop scent. I've tried a couple of barbershop scents. This doesn't really seem like a particularly typical barbershop scent. To me, it's a really, really nice, clean scent. But also what I get from it, like, I don't think the other guys really agree with me when I say this, but I very much get like a speed stick deodorant type smell from it. That's exactly what it smells like to me. It's a fresh smell, but speed stick deodorant kind of has a negative connotation. Like, I don't wear it myself because I don't think it smells good, but this is that scent, but good. But it has like, it reminds me of it, I guess. There's an association there for whatever reason. But Psychobilly Quiff, this is the exact type of scent you would want after getting a nice fresh haircut, after getting a nice fresh beard trim. It's really, really clean, really, really nice. I love the restrictor tops on them. I typically don't like restrictor tops, but look how big that hole is. Like, that comes out really, really nicely. All right, nothing comes out when you just dump it like that. But then when you go boom, 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 look how much oil I got. If you can see that. Quite a bit, like all it takes is a couple bumps, and you got all kinds of oil in your hand, which is really nice. Usually, you're really just trying for hours to get this stuff out, and it never works out. So, nothing particularly distinguishable in terms of like, fruity overtones. It's a cologne type scent. There's no other way to describe it other than like cologne. And then, of course, it comes in the butter as well. The butters from this company are excellent. I think they are some of the best butters I've ever used in my life. They have a bit of grit in them, as you can see. Here, I'm going to take out some. So definitely a bit of grit there, right? So when you break it down, you'll see that, there's little chunks in there, but as you melt it down, watch this. Melting. If I could just get it all melted properly. Nothing, right? It all melts down completely perfectly. Nothing there. So that is really, really nice. This is a nice butter that really melts down really, really nicely. What I have here is a nice slick coat of butter on my hand, not just runny, gross, oily, stay on my hands forever oil that, if I try to like rub my eye later in the day, it's going to like get my eye, then I have to wash up my eye. It doesn't do that. Right. And this, in terms of criteria I usually use for judging how good a butter is for me is whether it makes my beard look greasy. Typically, I only use butters at night, but sometimes I will use them during the day. And an important thing for me is that it doesn't make my beard look overly greasy. This to me is somewhere in between. It doesn't make my beard look greasy at all, and it makes my beard greasy. It's somewhere in between there. As you can see, definitely a little bit of a change in terms of, the texture of my beard. Now I'll just like brush it out real quick for you, just to give you an idea once it's kind of brushed out. So, there's a lot of butters out there that make my beard ridiculously greasy, and it's like I'm not going outside looking like this. This, I wouldn't even call it near that level. This is really, really nice. And the feel in beard is absolutely amazing. I'll give you some of the ingredients here in the butter here. So we have shea butter, we have mango butter, sweet almond oil, fraction coconut oil, argan oil, jojoba, vitamin E, essential oils, and fragrance oils. Very, very nice. And the scent profile here is blended with bergamot, basil leaf, oak moss, and white patchouli. Very, very nice. Again, very cologne-y, very good, very similar to the oil itself. And for just general moisturization, this is one of the only oils I have in my possession that actually moisturize for 12 plus hours. Seriously, like there's been many times where I apply first thing in the morning, go through a whole day of manual labor, come home, go to sleep, wake up, and my beard is still relatively soft. That is amazing. Usually it's 2 times application for most oils for my beard personally. So this is a big plus for both the oil and the butter. The moisturization and the long-term, hydration of this product is amazing. So the Psychobilly Quiff and Balm, 2 thumbs up for me personally. Great scent profile, great consistency for the oil and the balm. I've been using them both quite a bit. I like them both quite a lot, and I definitely will continue to use them in my beard routine. The scents for me, the oil lasts longer than the butter for me, and that's typical. It lasts about 4 to 5 hours. That's when I start to notice that it's no longer wafting up to my nose and stuff like that, which usually I like really, really long-lasting scents. 4 to 5 hours for me is awesome. Like that's enough for me personally. There's a lot of scents I use that last 12 plus hours into the day, but sometimes they could be too powerful or whatever. This is really, really nice. Some people like it when the scent goes away relatively quickly. In that case, this might be something for you. But what's really, really important, and paramountly, the most important thing about beard products is the fact that they moisturize and hydrate and keep your hairs healthy and stop breakage and all that good stuff. And this is some high-rate stuff for that functionality. So, now we have the Caballero, which is interesting. It's a very interesting scent. My wife likes it a lot. She really, really does. And what it is a chocolate Cavendish pipe tobacco, oak barrel aged bourbon, vanilla, and Texas cedar. And that is like such a rich, like a bunch of ingredients. Like to me, the idea of that is just so really, it's really, really cool that he was able to put this together. For me, just because the chocolate is in there, I'm not a chocolate fan. I never have been, and I'm going to get crucified for that. I've been made fun of it all my life. Please be nice to me, internet. Just the fact that there's the chocolate up there. it makes it hard for me, you know. Like some of the other fellas in the beard trend reviewers are saying the chocolate is a very secondary note. You know, everything else comes in first, and then the chocolate tops it off as if it's kind of in the background. For me, that's what I smell on the onset. It's right there. Though my wife has been using it as a facial moisturizer a couple times now, and you know, at first I'm like, oh yeah, chocolate, no thanks. But then as it becomes subdued, as it kind of dies down a bit, I'm like, ooh, okay, actually that smells really, really nice. But personally, I just wouldn't wear it on my face because I don't want that chocolate wafting up to my nose throughout the day. But again, same kind of deal with the oil and the butter, you know, in terms of, you know, the moisturization and all of that stuff. It's kind of the same level of you know, beard feel, same level of protection for the beard, but it's just the scent for me is kind of hard to do. I would love this scent without the chocolate. Because you know, Cavendish, pipe tobacco, oak barrel aged bourbon, vanilla, and Texas cedar. Wow, those are some of my favorite scents for sure. You know, I'm gonna give it a quick second try here. So yeah, the butter looks more or less the same. Has a bit of you know, a little bit of grit in it. Once it breaks down, goes away entirely. And so that looks like. Yeah, so definitely just smelling a lot of chocolate there. Maybe a little bit, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of bourbon in there, for sure. It's very rustic, it's very rustic, but yet it kind of has like a perfumey overtone to it a little bit. Perhaps that's coming from the Cavendish type ingredients. And right now I'm actually smelling a little bit of a sweetness, which is interesting. And it's tolerable. It absolutely is. It's absolutely tolerable. And I have no doubt in my mind that in 30 to 40 minutes, it's going to start smelling really, really nice and I'm going to love it. But just that onset of chocolate, no, nothing against the company whatsoever. Just, and I know a lot of people kind of feel that way. Chocolate scents, I don't know. I don't know. Not everyone is a huge fan of it. So, but the concept of it is really cool. If you like chocolate scents, then this is a really good thing. And for both of these scents, and also the third scent called 1626, which I have not tried, but apparently it is really, really good. Go watch the other guys, the other Beard Trend reviewers. They have all tried 1626, I believe. At least Tyson from Faithfully Bearded has, and then Dave from That Beard Guy, KC, Kansas City has tried it. Yeah, I think they've all tried it. So go down in the description and check out the other Beard Trend reviewers' channels, and you'll get some impressions on the 1626. And if you come to the live stream at 8 p.m., you'll also get some impressions there. But I digress. $19.99 for all of the butters, and then $10 for all of the 1 fluid ounce oils. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. I would love it if they had two fluid ounce oils, which is great. I love 2 ounce oils. They go so much longer, in my opinion, and it would be great to, you know, have a little bit of a price reduction, and instead of it being kind of a mid-range priced oil, to, you know, go into the lower mid-range price oil, because you can kind of you know, slightly decrease the price and due to sheer quantity of oil there. That, I think that would be an excellent option for the buyers. And also, the owner of the company, Carrie, is also going to be joining us at the live stream. So that's going to be really fun to be able to talk to Carrie, and you're going to be able to get to know more about the company and more about the products, and you're going to get nice discount codes. I'm not sure what we're going to do with giveaways quite yet. I think we have some giveaways coming at you. If you come to the live stream, you'll figure out for yourself. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm going to try to cut my own hair one of these days. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm going to try to do the sides at least. I don't know what I'm going to do with the top. God, I look like a mess. Thank you for for coming here, and but most thankfully, thank you for subscribing to my gaming channel, Masochist Boys Gaming, which, if you haven't yet, you should do. Plugs. See ya.